Hello and welcome, Kevin Wilson here.
Dorsey Zinga.
We're here to talk about chapter 2 in our book. I'll just tell you, because we're going to talk a little bit about it today, but the chapter is called The Blue Note, but it has to deal with the demon of
Self-worth.
self-worth, right? And it's actually titled No Worth, and we do a little bit of a play on that because sometimes that's what our self-worth comes from. It feels like we have no worth. And our setting here is a little bit of remnant of the door, or the room rather, that we go in the door, and that's kind of all we'll say about that. But our sense of worth is always under attack, no matter who we are. We always, I think, have a tendency to think that's always somebody else's perception of us. They were the only one with that struggle. That I'm the only one that's challenged by my sense of worth, but everybody goes through it.
We all do.
We all do. And so we talk about the Blue Note from a musical perspective. You're the musician. For those that maybe don't know, describe what the Blue Note is.
It's pretty simple. You have a note here and you have a note here. Probably they're much closer in real time. But that distance between those is where the blue note lies. It gets its life and its vibration from the two notes on either side of it.
Together.
So, and yeah, a sweet spot.
A sweet
if you
spot.
will.
I always, I know for myself, I always think of that almost seems like a synergistic relationship. And I say that because I want to premise that with the aspect that that's where we have talked about. That's kind of how this book was written. We were two individuals, and this kind of vibratory happenstance in between is who wrote this book. We've talked before, we don't take credit for writing this book. We read like, where did this come from? I don't know. Because we really were pleased with it. But it did. It happened in that blue note. It happened in that vibration between, that synergy between the both of us.
It did, and that's where a lot of those, especially in I think jazz music, you have a lot of blue notes. They actually don't exist in and of themselves, but you put the two
Certain
together,
things
and
together.
you get that really nice sweet spot, as I like to call it.
What a concept! What a concept! Well, I know in the book we address the demon of worth, and of course it's our second demon. We talked about with our demon anxiety in chapter 1 that we got to get a handle on that kind of first and foremost. These are hierarchically assigned. I think worth is a pretty important number too. What do you say?
Pretty, yeah. I would, yeah. Well, we're laughing because it seems it's
So-
ridiculous because we have to have worth.
Of course. Well, I think that the character in our story is really challenged by what he discovers in the story.
That's true.
And both, I always like the saying when you say that some things are simple but not easy. And that's kind of what our character discovers. This is a very simple concept, but it doesn't mean it's easy. And he's really challenged to address his sense of worth, as we all are. And what I really love about it, I don't want to say too much about it, but what I really love about it, I really love the tool takeaway in it and the daily reminder on how to address our worth and that relationship that we get with our demon. And we'll give a bit of a teaser out, talk about the reflection and the projection relationship that our demon has attempted to have a relationship with us, but we have to identify the blue note in that relationship.
Exactly. And Kevin, as you're talking, I'm thinking about, I don't want to give away a lot of the book. I don't think I will, but it was an interesting story. Do you remember when we talked about the Carpenters?
Oh yes, yeah, no, absolutely. And with Karen Carpenter and talking about her struggle and the irony between that whole relationship and everything, it was a great story.
At the height of her career, there wasn't any self-worth.
No self-worth at all.
Between her mother, a controlling mother, and a pretty controlling brother, she literally, the only thing she could control, or she thought, was her eating.
Her eating, yeah, and that was a losing battle, clearly. No, that's what I say, no different than any of us. We all have these worth issues. The person that we think has all the worth in the world, you never know, they may even be overcompensating. We can't peer into everybody's head and know where they're at, but it's a universal struggle. It's a human struggle. And so it's okay to have that struggle, but to understand that blue note happens, that vibration happens, and to understand where the control lies, I think is our biggest takeaway in the book, is understand how to get a handle on that and know where the control lies and what we can do to help
And
it.
know where your sweet spot
Absolutely
is,
right.
and how to access that
Absolutely
sweet
right.
spot.
Absolutely right.
You know,
Yep.
it's all good to know that it exists, but unless you can access that, and then you can't use it, right?
Yeah, you know, I got to reference something you said there right now. My good friend Ruben West, he says that some people believe in self-development and other people believe in shelf development. He talks about the book on the shelf. Well, I bought the book, so there it is. And it's the same thing. You can't just read; you have to incorporate it. And I think that's what I hope, anyway. That's what we've attempted to do in the book, or that's what people will take away from that they can understand. Okay, I get this now, and this can help me with mine. So I hope that we've accomplished that. So far, the response we've gotten has been good, so I feel pretty confident about it.
Well, and I think that if you give people a chance to try it, that's the thing about everything we've written. We give people an actual chance. This is how you access this. We give them that tool takeaway. We give them the tool to use to access that. We're going to help you access that blue note. We're going to help you control your anxiety. We're going to help you control
Your sense of
your
worth.
sense of worth.
Absolutely, and many more
And
things to come.
if you use these things, you know what? They'll,
Life can be a little better, right?
they'll really work.
Yeah, life can be a little better. So.
Exactly.
Very good. So, demon number 2, the demon of worth. Our chapter is called The Blue Note. We're excited to bring you more. Next time will be the demon of guilt. You don't want to miss that. So, again, Kevin Wilson,
Dorsey Zinga.
www.difficultydemon.com. If you haven't got the book, get your copy today. It's available on Amazon. But we're excited to be bringing this information to you. Thanks. Have a good day.
Bye.